will you never forget about the Holocaust?
The worst part of the Holocaust that I can remember was when we came to Auschwitz, and as we opened up the train, the doors of that train. The train, by the way, was like a cattle train for animals. And they took us down from this train, and they started selecting the children and women and sick people and so on. And my mother and all my three brothers went on the left side, and me and my older brother were selected to go on the right side, which meant on the right side to work. On the left side meant that they were going to be burned in the crematorium. At that time, I didn't know what the word crematorium meant. And I asked one of the men who helped select, what's over there, when I saw smoke. I didn't see the chimney, but I did see smoke. A lot of smoke came out of the black smoke. He told me that this is the place where your parents and your brothers and sisters are going to be and be burned. That was my worst part of the Holocaust.
Okay. Did you ever come across a Nazi that was sympathetic to the Jews?
Well, I came across one soldier in concentration camp, and he wasn't just an ordinary soldier. That's what it seemed to me. He gave me at one time his sandwich, his lunch, I should say, at lunchtime. And while he gave it to me, I could notice, I could feel that he's afraid that anybody else should see that. Yes, so that question, I think that he was sympathetic. And
okay. Why do you think Hitler got away with the Holocaust?
well, why I think made him get away with the Holocaust? Well, I can only say my opinion. That's my personal opinion. Because when he came to power at the beginning in Germany, when Hitler came to power, in my opinion, he never had any intention to open up crematoriums and burn the Jews. Maybe he had this in his mind, but he would have been afraid to do that. In fact, when he came, he took all the German Jews, or most of them, and he sent them to different countries, like to Poland, to England. And at one point, he took a whole bunch of German Jews into a ship, which I don't even know the name of the ship, and he sent them to Cuba. Their destination was to Cuba. And when they came to Cuba, Cuba didn't let them in. Apparently they went to the United States. It's well known, this story. And the United States didn't let them in. They went to, I believe it, they tried to come to Canada. Canada didn't let them in. Eventually they had to go back, which some of them lined up in England, in Belgium, but most of them had to go back to Germany. And I believe at that point, when he said, if nobody wants the Jews, and I certainly don't want them, that's what it gave him the green light. And that's when he started opening up concentration camps. And when he did that, there was no objections. There were no demonstrations anywhere in the world. When he saw that, he gets away with that. He opened up crematoriums. And this is the reason why he got away with all that. If the world would have spoken up right away, there would have been no 6 million Jews killed as it happened.
Is there anything you would like to add to the story of survival in the Holocaust?
The only thing I can add to the Holocaust is that must never been forgotten, shouldn't be forgotten, should always